may this be the most difficult thing you have to deal with today.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Brajadana Ranjano Yashoda Nandana Brajadana Ranjano Jamuna Tira Bhanachariya Jamuna Tira Bhanachariya Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Jasura Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jasura Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jasura Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Bhanachariya Tira Bhanachari Jamuna Tira Bhanachariya Tira Bhanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Ho Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Sakala Maya Fuera Maya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ho! Jai Radha Madhava ki, Sri Radha Giridhari ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Samveda Bhakti Vinda ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa. Thank you. Paramahamsa Paribrajaka Jashodhara C.C. Mad is Divine Grace of Charanara Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribrajaka Jashodhara C.C. Mad is Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Samveda Bhakti Vinda ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So this morning, reading from the 3rd canto, 27th chapter. This is text number 12. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskricham Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devyam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jambudiriyat Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Yata Jalasta Abasa Stalastin Avadrishyate Svabhasena Tata Suryo Jalastena Divistitaha Yata Jalasta Abasaha Stalastena Vradishyate Svabhasena Tata Suryo Jalastena divistitaha Yata jalasta abasa Stalastena vadrishyate Swabhasena tata suryo Jalastena divistitaha Yata jalasta abasa Stalastena varishyate Swabhasena yata suryo Jalastena divistitaha Yata jalasta abasa Stalastena varishyate Swabhasena yata suryo Jalastena divistitaha Yata jalasta abasa Stalastena vradishyate Swabhasena yata suryo Jalastena divistitaha. Damodar. Anyone else? Darpan gets a plate of prasad before he leaves. Stalastena pradishyate Swabhasena tatushu Jalastena divistita. Like the chant? Yatha jalasta abhasa Stalastena pradishyate Swabhasena tata suryo Jalastena divistita. So synonyms. Yatha, as. Jalastaha, situated on water. Abhasa, a reflection. Stalastena, situated on the wall. Avadrishyate, is perceived. Sva-abhasena, by its reflection. Tata, in that way. Suryaha, the sun. Jalastena, situated on the water. Divi, in the sky. Stitaha, situated. Translation. And purport by Srila Prabhupada. The presence of the Supreme Lord can be realized just as the sun is realized first as a reflection on water and again as a second reflection on the wall of a room, although the sun itself is situated in the sky. Please repeat. The presence of the Supreme Lord can be realized just as the sun is realized first as a reflection on water and again as a second reflection on the wall of a room, although the sun itself is situated in the sky. Purport. The example given herewith is perfect. Could it be anything else? Right? The sun is situated in the sky, far, far away from the surface of the earth, but its reflection can be seen in a pot of water in the corner of a room. The room is dark, and the sun is far away in the sky, but the sun's reflection on the water illuminates the darkness of the room. Darpan, before you go, they're bringing you prasadam. Don't go anywhere until you get your prasadam. Demand it. Okay? Okay. The room is dark and the sun is far away in the sky, but the sun's reflection on the water illuminates the darkness of the room. A pure devotee can realize the presence of the Supreme Lord of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in everything by the reflection of his energy. In the Vishnu Purana, it is stated that as the presence of fire is understood by heat and light, so the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although one without a second, is perceived everywhere by the diffusion of his different energies. It is confirmed in the Ishopanishad that the presence of the Lord is perceived everywhere by the liberated soul, just as the sunshine and the reflection can be perceived everywhere, although the sun is situated far away from the surface of the globe. Excuse me. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unminitam Dena Taismai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Dena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Siyudhabarakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagnath Ragnatam Vidamtam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shiva Shakam Vidamscha Vanchagapadrubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patidanam Bhavanibho Vaishnavibho Namo Namah Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nitananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivarinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Avadrishyate is perceived. So that's what we're all trying to do, is see Krishna. Right? And that's the devotee. That's the aspiring transcendentalist. Where's Krishna? And that search and the different levels of realization is the whole journey of Krishna consciousness. For someone, their first experience of Krishna may be biting into a sweet ball. Right? Prasadam. Because what is Krishna? For a second I thought he fainted. What is Krishna? He's all attractive. So many conditioned souls, when they come in contact with Krishna consciousness, the most attractive thing they experience is some aspect of Krishna consciousness. So that's actually Krishna. So whether it's prasadam or the holy name or the deities or something, even the devotees, that begins the journey of perceiving the all-attractive Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this verse is explaining a general rule or law of self-realization that escapes everyone except for the Vaishnava. Because it's saying here that the presence of the Lord is realized by His energies. And the example is given, the perfect example given is just like the sun. It's way, way up there in the sky somewhere. They say it's about 93 million miles away, right? Yeah, it's there in the Surya Siddhanta, about 93 million miles away. But that same sun, if reflected in a pot of water in a dark room, that reflection is there in the water, and the reflection lights up the room. So the sun's not in the room personally, but the sunlight is there by reflection. So that's one way we can understand this material nature, the energy of the Supreme Lord, is that Krishna is present here. Actually, He's personally present in our hearts and in every atom, but we can't perceive that. So it says here, is realized first. In other words, in the beginning you realize Krishna's presence by His energies, because that we can perceive. All this energy around us, it's Krishna. And it's Krishna, He's non-different from His energies, and it's His energy. And that understanding is what we're trying to cultivate, because what is the view of the conditioned soul? When the conditioned soul purviews the material energy, what does he see? Yeah, he sees, because we were discussing earlier these verses about the conditioned consciousness's mamata, or aham mameti, I and mine. I'm the enjoyer, I'm this material body, and the material energy is simply here for my enjoyment. And it's interesting, even certain religious doctrines, they profess the same thing, that God created this world for us to enjoy. In other words, we're all enjoyers along with God. We just enjoy this material energy. Go for it. Then, of course, the question is, why couldn't He have done a better job? Like that. So that's the purview, that's the vision of the conditioned soul. He's seeing the same energy, but he's seeing it as an opportunity for enjoying, for exploiting. Prakriti kani, was it Prakriti stani karshati? In Bhagavad Gita, in that one line, that mamaivam so jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manakshastani indrani prakriti stani karshati. The living entity in this material world, karshati, is struggling very, very hard. Why? For enjoyment. The very nature of this material world, you have to work very, very hard if you want to enjoy. Now, it's true you sometimes see people that aren't struggling very hard and they're enjoying material facilities, but what does that mean? It means in the past, they struggled very, very hard. Just like you see people on vacation, right? SanDiego's a vacation destination. People from all over the world come here. So they're there enjoying, right? They're going to the zoo and the Sea World and this place, that place. Not a care in the world, right? But that's because they worked very hard all year long to squeeze out 10 days or a week in SanDiego. Right? So they're riding on the previous struggle, like that. That's what's going on. So this the vision that this material world, it's for me to enjoy. That's why we can't see that it's Krishna's energy, because we're thinking it's our energy to enjoy. That's what it means. Sometimes, many times, it's that we want to take the position of God, Krishna's position. You think, well, I want to take Krishna's position. I don't want to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but actually we do. Because all this belongs to Krishna and we want it. like that. We want to enjoy just like as Krishna, his energy. So, how to perceive the Supreme Lord? It's first by understanding the relationship of his energies with him, that everything in this material world is the energy of the Supreme Lord. This verse from the Vishnu Purana, I tried to look up, I couldn't find it. The one about the fire. How is fire perceived? By heat and light, by its emanations. How do you know you have a fire there? It's by heat and light. Those are the symptoms. If there was no heat or light, it probably wouldn't be fire. I don't know what it would be. But so the Supreme Lord is perceived by his energies. So that's what we're trying to do here. Is that it? Okay. I had my little verse book and I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. Okay. The Stita Agni, the fire situation place diffuses everywhere. Oh, that's okay. What is the verse referred to here from the Ishopanishad at the end of the purport? I saw it. I saw. Okay. So this is the process of devotional service. Not only do we recognize it as the energy of the Lord, but we engage it in the Lord's service. That's also the difference. We're saying other processes of self-realization, they see everything, you could say, as Brahman. They're trying to see everything as spirit, some divine, but they don't know how to use it. They don't know how to use it. So what's the obvious conclusion is, well, one thing is it's all illusion. It doesn't even exist. That's kind of funny because here it is. Or it's somehow or other for my enjoyment, right? The materialist are thinking it's for my enjoyment. The impersonalists are thinking it doesn't really exist, like that. Or it's all my energy. One of these purports coming up, if we haven't read it yet, Prabhupada refers to these yogis that sit there and meditate, that they're the ones making the sun and the moon rise and set. So Prabhupada says, after their fanciful imagination, they're just in Maya. They're not making the sun and the moon rise. Right, but that was that's the type of meditation they do. That I'm one with the universe, and I'm making the sun and the moon rise. So these are all varieties of imagination. So for us, it means for devotees, it's practical. It's very, very practical. How to engage every single thing in the service of the Lord. And that's a symptom of the advanced devotees. And how are they able to do that is because they advance beyond this level of, into the level of a personal relationship with the Supreme Lord. Just like you can find some property, right? Well, it's Saturday morning you cook, right? So you happen to walk out on the patio and you see that someone has saved a plate of 2 or 3 burritos. Well, they're just sitting on the table, right? So you could think, that looks good. I think I'll just take it, right? Or you could think, this must belong to a devotee. Maybe the Sankirtan devotee wants to take it on Sankirtan or something like that. We know there's a person, it belongs to someone. There's a person behind that plate, right? The burritos didn't just fall from the sky, right? Or crawl over there and get on a plate. Some devotee made up that plate. For us to not acknowledge that, that's impersonalism, right? That's impersonalism. So in the same way, the devotees of the Lord, that's their advancement. The more and more we see everything in relationship, every single thing. And it's not just what's outside, but it's also what's inside. Our mind belongs to Krishna, our senses belong to Krishna, our time everything belongs to Krishna. And that's the big struggle. That's the big struggle, this prakriti stani karshati, the big struggle in the material world. Everyone's struggling, thinking just the opposite, creating so many problems. But everything is the property of the Supreme Personality. This ishavasam idam sarvam, the view that everything is controlled and owned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's all His. The door right behind you, could you open that a little bit? And let a little of Krishna's air in this room. Like that. It is a little. There we go, let a little air in here. So, in a previous purport, we're reading what's the dividing line between material consciousness and Krishna consciousness, right? And it's this awareness. The awareness of everything is Krishna's property and is for His enjoyment. Just like that plate of burritos. It's for someone else's enjoyment, right? So the best thing you can do is before the birds get to it, is find the devotee who saved it and give it to them. Santosh, you're shaking your head no. He's a friend of the birds. Oh, okay. I thought you were thinking, well, no, let the birds have it. Devotees have had plenty of burritos. So, the same thing, all of this energy is meant to be employed in the service of the Lord, and when that's done, actually we're very happy. We're very, very happy because we're eternal servants of the Lord. And assisting the Lord in His enjoyment, that's what Krishna consciousness is all about. In the beginning of Krishna consciousness, we engage things in the Lord's service for our pleasure. Our mentality is, I'm enjoying Krishna consciousness. I'm enjoying my service. I really like doing this or doing that and so on. But in the very, very advanced stages of Krishna consciousness, the devotee's not even thinking that. It's just whatever pleases Krishna. Whatever, not even a thought. Even in our devotional service, we're not talking about, being a sense enjoyer. Even in devotional service, the pure devotee is never even once thinking, how about me, Krishna? How about me? What do I get out of this? Right? There's no calculation. I'm going to engage in devotional service because there's, There's fruit of activity or liberation. I'm going to engage in devotional service. Sometimes people use devotional service for monetary gain or for prestige or different material advantages. It happens. As the Prabhupada says, just like one very common example given in many temples, use the temple as a means of income, right? The family will be there and they'll use it, and Prabhupada sometimes would criticize the Goswami families in Vrindavan. They're collecting all this money just to send their kids to college. Like that. Show the deities for money. You ever had that experience in India? You go and they want money for darshan. Like that. And the more money you give, the closer you get. Right? And sometimes they'll even grab you. Or they'll take you without even asking. And then they want to extort some Lakshmi out of you. Right? These people tell you these different stories. Especially Indians from the West, because they know they got money. And they take you and they try to and they're just like, leave me alone, please. Not like that, but just leave me alone. But they'll do that. And what will they do with that money? And sometimes, where was it? I was somewhere in South India. There was a sign there, don't give any money to the priest. Put it in the hundi. Right? Because the management knew how their own priests were just pocketing everything. Like their engagement was for money. Like that. So one has to be careful of that. And then the other thing is liberation. I'm engaging in devotional service because I'm suffering. A devotee this morning was saying, maybe I should go to the subterranean heavenly planets. That'd be a nice place to go. I need a vacation. How do I get there? We're kind of joking, right? Not serious, but just joking. Well, the point is, the devotee is not concerned. He's right? What is the verse in the Shikshastakam about that? Nadanam najanam nasundaram kabidam va jagadisha kame mama janmani jamnishre babatad bhakta hoitiki thai. Right? That's devotees, that's very advanced platform of Krishna consciousness. Once Prabhu was asked about this, and Prabhu said, no, that's not our platform. Your platform is you want to get out. But this is a very advanced platform of Krishna consciousness. You don't want anything of this world. Nadanam najanam nasundarim, right? Nadanam, cash. We just talked about that. Monetary gain. Nadanam najanam, followers, prestige, arrangements for beautiful enjoyment. Like that. But also, janmani janmishware. I don't even care about, I could stay here life after life engaging in your devotional service. I don't even care about my own liberation. Now, many people, that's the goal of their spirituality. Moksha. Right? They'll talk about moksha, being liberated. But the devotee doesn't even care. He just wants to engage bhavatat bhakti hoitiki tvai, unalloyed, pure devotional service, because that is the highest happiness. What do they say? Is that famous saying about happiness isn't a goal, it's a journey. You ever heard that one before? Happiness isn't a goal, it's a journey. Right? But you think about it, it's true. If the more you try to get happiness, it eludes you. And they say that real happiness is seva. That's our philosophy, is service. You don't think about it. You just do your service and automatically, boom, it's there. That's the secret. That's the secret. So the devotee really has no agenda. That's a pure devotee. Has no agenda. There's one line in the Chaitanya Charitamrita purport. Prabhupada says, the pure devotee has no program. He has no program for enjoying this material world. It's just not there. There's no program, no plan. He just wants to serve Krishna. Like that. That's his, and utilize everything in Krishna's service. And the more desire you have to serve the Lord, the Krishna gives you more and more facility. And of course, Srila Prabhupada's life is the perfect example of that. Why was he given so much facility? Because he had a big desire. Like that, like a fire almost. Just fuel, right? More and more and more and more and more. Just reading the other day in that Transcendental Adventure, Prabhupada going to Australia, and he wrote one letter because Bali Mardan and Upendra were fighting a lot. There's a difference in personalities, right? And when the letter Prabhupada saying about encouraging him not to fight because they're trying to spread Krishna consciousness, and in that letter Prabhupada was talking about other devotees who are opening centers. You know, one devotee here, one devotee there, and this and that. And Prabhupada said that this opening of temples gives me life. The more temples you open, the longer I'll be here. What an incentive! No wonder Prabhupada said, "It's giving me life." So Prabhupada is this way speaking, but so many temples and everything. It's I always remember this. I was visiting the Boston temple as a guest. I've been coming for some time, and I was sitting next to this devotee, Viva Swan. I don't know if you remember Viva Swan. I think he moved down to Florida for some time, but he was in Boston for some time. Quite an interesting character. But he was sitting there preaching to someone next to me at the Sunday feast, and the guy was kind of argumentative, and he goes, "I read that your ISKCON is just an expansion or an extension of your spiritual master's ego." And Viva Swan, without skipping a beat, said, "Yes, and what is that ego? I'm the eternal servant of Krishna." He said, "You hit it right on the nail." What is ISKCON? Yes, it's the extension of Prabhupada's ego. And what's that ego? I'm the eternal servant of Krishna. Right? And I want to serve Krishna, and that means just preaching, spreading Krishna, making the whole world Krishna conscious, delivering all the living entities in this world. That's the ego of the pure devotee. So that's how he sees all of this energy, whatever it may be. Now, the scope of our influence, it may be very small, right? We're not in charge, each of us in this room, of an international society of devotees and opening temples and publishing. We're part of one, so we don't have such influence. But whatever influence we do have, we have the 24 hours in our day. That's our influence, right? We have the different service given to us. We have our own body and mind. We have, right? So how do we utilize all those things for the Lord? Because Krishna is reciprocating like that. There's some saying about unto those who have so much power, unto them will be given so much responsibility or something. What is that? Is that a biblical quote? Right? That unto those who, right? Yeah. So we want more facility. Well, Krishna will give it when he sees you won't misuse it. We won't misuse it. He gives facility. He'll give so much facility when we can use it in his service like that. So, like Prabhupada, that famous quote, Prabhupada said, Janardhan, that Krishna could give you the whole world, but what would you do with it? Prabhupada said, simply sleep, because we're not ready to handle it. What would you do if 100 people a day wanted to become devotees and came to this temple? What would we do? Couldn't handle it, right? Probably flip out. Santosh would pull out what little hair he has left out trying to cook for all those people. 100 people a day. Haribol, Prabhus, give me a little help in here. Right? How can I cook for 100 people? And where will you stuff them into the building and this and that? What? Right? What would we do? Right? But why not? I mean, there's 3-point-something million people in SanDiego County. What's a few hundred people? Nothing. Like that. So it's an interesting thing to contemplate. Like that. So all the energy and Prabhupada, wherever he went, all these morning walks and conversations, always thinking, oh, this would make a nice temple. We used to do that in the old days. I don't know if you used to do that. We used to always think that, walk around downtown Boston, oh, this place that would be a nice temple, and we could do this and we could do that, right? This would be great, that would be good. All these different things. How to utilize everything in Krishna's service. So that's how a devotee is always thinking, like that. So, Did you come to a conclusion about what verse in the Ishopanishad this might refer to? Do you think it's the Ishavasamidam Sarvam? Or?
No, I think it's all.
Okay, perfect and complete. Expand. Okay. 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 Any questions or comments on this principle of seeing everything as the Lord's energy? That must mean everyone agrees. Okay. Let me read the verse again. The presence of the Supreme Lord can be realized just as the sun is realized, first as a reflection on the water, and again as a second reflection on the wall of a room, although the sun itself is situated in the sky. I mean, that's what, there are very simple arguments for the existence of God is what's going on in this world, because cause and effect. If you want to know the cause of something, you examine the effect. Examples given, just like there's a car accident. My mother called me. She got in a fender bender yesterday. She was backing up. She's 87 years old and in a parking lot. She has an older car, which is sturdy, 1999 Jeep, and it demolished this 2000 and something, Not demolished, but really messed it up. It only got 2 miles an hour. The policeman was laughing. He said, don't make cars like they used to. But there's an accident, and what do the insurance adjusters do? They just, what caused it, this and that, and how many miles you were going, and so on, by the effect. By the effect. Just like I was in a little accident, last year sometime, coming back from a puja. I took a second to look at the map, and I bumped into someone, on an exit. I was only a few miles an hour. So these two girls hopped out, and there was no damage to their car at all, and mine either, really. But a few weeks later, my insurance company calls, and they're saying they got like whiplash or something like that. And I said, come on. So my insurance company just said, send me a picture of the front of your car. So I took a picture of it. Never heard a thing. Because when they sent the picture, it said, you got whiplash? How come you got whiplash? There's no, you don't get whiplash when someone So by examining the effect, you can understand the cause. So this whole material world, it's an effect of something. It gives some indication of intelligent design and this and that and beauty and all these different things we see in the effect, they must exist in the cause. So that's another aspect of this verse. We don't see Krishna with these eyes yet, premanjana churita bhakti balochanena, because the pure love is not there. But at least we can use our intelligence to understand, someone very special, this must be their creation. Right? Just like you see these paintings on the wall here, all the different artists, right? You got Jadharani and Murlidhar and Parikit and so many nice artists, right? They're very talented, right? Very, very talented. You say, no, it just kind of appeared there. No, it didn't. So we can end here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
One day we were driving on flying, people were actually, I think it was passed by the normal temple there, and then he asked me, "Hey Krishna, don't leave us in a place like that." I thought, "Prabhu, what kind of temple over there? Why would we want to go to we're going to maintain quite a small place."
That place is empty all the time. No one's allowed in there.
Actually, everyone knows they find that place there. It's small. Because I would get a second date on Saturday at burritos.
Okay, there it is. You should have brought that up in class.
Saturday I left it.
And it disappeared?
No, somebody took it up. I think you told me what to look.
Oh, there you go. That's been channeling me.
But they wouldn't have liked it anyway because I had it made only with beans, no rice.
Oh, yeah.
You make the other with cheese still? Or not with cheese?
Some of them.
Cheese.
Cheese, beans,
Cheese.
rice.
I I've got it down to bees and potty. I'm going to get it down to just beans.
Or then just samadhi, with no butter or salt. The mood of Rupa Goswami. Sanatana Goswami.
Do it. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnamadaya Purnamidam.
Who's that devotee singing on that album? No, she's singing, but there's another really high voice. Is that her also? No, no. It's like a
I don't know. All I know is that when I first heard it, especially with I'm sure that was
Yeah.
Vajamana Ure Prabhu Polish translation. This is what he's
She's singing that?
Yeah, she's singing that.
Okay.
I that one I really don't. It didn't sound like a band of work.
Because Shandasinga, he describes her voice as being a little raspy or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. You don't hear the Govinda prayers, but I guess that's what.
You know, I finally got that on the kickball. You know, I couldn't find it. I was looking for Swami, Rhinoceros, but it's Rhino. There's not even Rhino. I had no idea he was so heavy in his drugs.
So,
Heroin.
yeah, to, oh, the beginning. Yeah.
Probably have to go selling drugs to the house. Dad, I think it's your parents.
He said back then they thought the drug dealer was like doing everyone a favor because drugs were so far out.
Yeah.
They didn't think it was,
Well, I mean, it just boggles my mind because I started reading it and how delicate,